and the stream should be going up on Twitch in a bit. Got a good connection speed, so I think we are all set. Yep, we are up. So we are live, back with Out of the Abyss after a very long absence. I'm sorry about that, everybody. For those of you who don't remember, the party has escaped from the clutches of the Drow, and they've been making their way through the Underdark towards Lubludup, which is Shushar the Awakened's hometown. And along the way, they came across an area with lots of fissures and a big chasm that is full of spiderwebs. The goblins Yuk and Spiderbait have offered to lead the party through, but as they were negotiating, the party some large, giant spiders advanced on the party, and we've gone ahead and rolled initiative off-air. Our player Brett is having slight technical difficulties. We have had some player changeover, so we have Seb, who's actually going to be playing a new character, so say hello, Seb.
Hello.
There you go. We've got Brett, who's currently having a little bit of technical difficulties, so we'll get to him in a bit. Brittany is back, so
hey, folks.
That's always fun. We do have a new player named Pace for Gror Ironjaw. However, unfortunately, he could not make it tonight due to family obligations, and so we wish him well, and I will be rolling for Gror Ironjaw, who will be doing very little other than rolling in combat tonight. Alright, so, is everybody ready to start with the combat?
Good to go.
Alright, well, first up is Prince Darendil, who has the highest initiative roll, somewhat surprisingly. So he, after I, go get his rules. There we go. Alright, so he has a movement of 30. Which can get him right up next to one of the spiders. Alright, so Prince Darendil, being a hulking, vicious Quaggoth, will be attacking the spider to the south that some of you may be able to see. And we are using the dynamic lighting from Roll20. Alright, so he chomps at the spiders. Or, sorry, he swipes with his claws, and he manages to hit, dealing 9, which is pretty respectable. And he swipes again with his claws, but this time his claw misses, and he's unable to do anything. Shushar, being a pacifist and who has the next turn, backs off considerably. Jimjar goes... Oops, that's not Jimjar. There we go. To help Prince Darendil, but unfortunately he is not close enough. Eldeth also finds herself not quite close enough, so she'll again close the distance. The spiders, however, have their turn now. And let's see, what is their speed? Sorry, I don't have every single statistic memorized. I know. What good am I, right? There we go. Alright, so yeah, speed 30. Oops. Let's get this. Come on. Here we go. Alright, so the spiders move in to attack Yuk Yuk and Spiderbait, who are the guys who you are most likely to be able to use as guides. So, let's hope they don't get killed. So, the spiders, 2 of them attack Yuk Yuk. Fortunately, only 1 hits. However, it does immediately cause Yuk Yuk to fall unconscious as its poison courses through his veins. The other one attacks Yuk Yuk, also hits, and while Yuk Yuk is, let's find out, fine as far as consciousness goes, he clearly is bleeding quite profusely. Now it's time for Gendrick, who, Brett's still having some technical difficulties, but he should still be able to chat with us in the chat box. Make sure your settings are on broadcast and receive voice and video. And if Brett can't figure it out in a few seconds, I'll probably start going for him. No, Brett, your mic is not working. Hey, Ben, and hey, Under the Skin, 13. Hope you have a good time. So, Kendrick not being here, I'm going to take a quick turn for him. He's going to come here, and he's going to fire off an Eldritch Blast at the spider next to Gror. He did manage to hit, so he's going to deal D10 damage, because that is how Eldritch Blast works. Alright, so his warlocky powers slam into the spider, dealing a relatively insignificant amount of damage, but that's how it goes. Bria, you are up. So, your longbow does have the better chance of hitting and deal more damage.
I can attack either spider?
You can attack any of the 4 spiders that are here. One spider apparently didn't move because the DM forgot to move it.
Oh.
Because sometimes the DM is a dummy.
I will use my longbow.
Okay.
And I will attack.
Actually, let me get some colors on here so you guys can easily identify them. So we've got a red spider,
Right.
a blue spider, and I'm just referring to the dots. The spider's not actually differently colored. Green.
But they should be.
Well, okay. We've got brownish yellow. I don't even know what that color is. And we've got purple. So go ahead. Which one are you firing at?
Probably the green one.
Okay. That's a hit. Alright. Alright, so Ront is up next. And he can't get very far in one turn, but he's going to take a second move action to get up next to this green spider. Gurf! Time to take a strength check. Oh, Brett's back. So, just take a strength check. Brett, you are still... Oh, Brett, was that you? No, it wasn't you.
Yeah, can I hear the fighting going on?
Oh, yeah, well, take a perception check. It should be easy, but you never know. You are pretty far away. No, that is not enough.
Okay, I'll just try and break out then.
Alright, so, that's it for your turn, unfortunately. Yuk Yuk is unconscious. Sereth is up next. He gets to here, and then... well, he'll get to here. Alright, Spiderbait is going to take a disengage action and run away. Boopido. Oh.
Is that one working now?
Yes, that is working.
Finally! Oh my Christ.
Sorry about that. Oh no, hey.
The technical difficulties.
Boopido is unable to get there in a single move action, so he's going to take a second move action to come up against the green spider. Gror, who is me this time, will use his battle axe. Because battle axes are awesome. So he steps forward, can attack the red spider. Hits. Deals 10 damage with his battle axe. Now we're back to Prince Darendil, who misses once, hits a second time. Alright, dealing 11 damage. Shushar is going to actually come over here and try to bandage Yuk Yuk's wounds. Oh, Brett, yeah, sorry, if you can't see, what I would recommend is zoom as far out as you can and pan around a little bit. Everyone's over towards the left, so you can use the bottom slider bar to move. Jimjar is finally able to get over to the orange spider, where he misses because he sucks. And so does... oh, well, Eldeth moved, but so does Eldeth. The spiders, one of them, comes up to attack Gendrick and Spiderbait.
I'm sorry, just the whole thing is a... it's not the whole thing, but like when I back out, it's just a small black square.
Alright, go to about midway, and then on your vertical slider, get to the midpoint, and on your bottom slider, your horizontal slider, just get over to about the left-hand side, and you should be able to see stuff. Or I can just do this.
Well, yeah, it's just a green circle and a black background.
Oh!
But
Oh, you know what it might be? It might be that I haven't given you permission to use Gendrick.
that might be it.
Alright,
Alright.
so let me edit.
I was confused.
Yeah, that is
sorry.
exactly what happened. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's fine. I'm just like, why is there nothing?
That is my fault. Alright, you should be able to see now.
Yes, there we go.
There we go. Sorry about that, audience. I am a terrible DM, apparently.
Hello, beautiful people of the internet.
So,
You sexy beasts.
Brett, you are playing... let everyone know who you're playing.
I am Gendrick Mori, human warlock fighter.
Alright.
I'm taking in for somebody.
Alright, so, the spider is going to attack Gendrick, but it misses. The orange spider is going to actually spray webbing at Darendil and Jimjar. So, they take saves. Jimjar fails his save, so he is now stuck under webbing. Give him a little webbing thing. The green spider is also going to spray webbing at Boopido and Ront. Boopido is fine. Ront is fine, so they both manage to dodge. The green, the blue spider is going to try to bite Sereth, but he misses. The red is going to try and bite Gror, but he also misses. So this has been a terrible turn for the spiders, but we're back to Gendrick.
Alright. Let's see. I got one right in front of me.
Yep.
So, I think I'm just gonna hit him with my hand axe.
Sounds
Hit
good.
him right in the face. Alright, so it's 20 plus 4? Yeah. Just crit.
No, you forgot to
No?
put the 1d20 instead of in front of the 20.
Okay, never mind. I'm stupid. Okay, I'm stupid.
Yes. I mean, it's always easy to crit when you ignore the random part.
Bro, man. This is my first time using this program.
Hey, no, we understand.
1d20
We understand.
plus 4. Okay, that's not right. Roll d20 plus 4.
There you
That's a
go.
little bit more reasonable.
Well, except that it's a d10.
Are you kidding me? I hit d20. Oh my god. I am.
Here, try the die roller on the left-hand side. There's a little thing that has a 20-sided die. And you can just click.
That's
Oh,
probably-
that works too. So that's a hit.
I need to pull my keyboard out more. Alright.
So
Then it's
your
just a
hand axe
D-
is, yeah, 1d6 plus 2.
And then with my dueling, I do plus 2 damage while wielding one-handed. So
Okay.
plus 4.
Yeah.
So 1d6 plus 4. And that is slashing damage.
Alright. So we are back to Bria. So Bria, the red and the purple spider and the orange spider, oh, didn't mean to move it, are the most damaged. The green and the blue spider are barely damaged at all.
I think I'm gonna keep chipping away at that green one.
Okay. Alright. That is a hit.
Fantastic.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
Thank you, thank you.
So, with 11 damage taken, the arrow sinks deep into its, if you will, prosoma, right between two of its 8 spidery eyes. And you can hear the gurgling of hemolymph as it bubbles up around the hole made by the arrow.
Cool.
Yeah, hemolymph. There's your new word for the
Boss.
night. Hemolymph is what arachnids and other arthropods use instead of blood.
What
Really?
color is it?
It depends on which animal you're talking about. Most of them kind of have a milky, kind of chartreuse-ish color. However, interestingly, horseshoe crabs, which are related to arachnids, have a very nice blue color to their hemolymph. So there's that. So here we go. Here's Ront. He's going to swing at the green spider. And he manages to hit this time. And so he swings his short sword that he got from the drow that he escaped from. And he cleaves right through the head, down between the chelicerae, and a big part of it just splits open, and the spider goes limp and its limbs curl up. Which, by the way, they do because spider limbs are extended by using hydraulic pressure. And so once you release all the hydraulic fluid, they can't extend their legs anymore.
How do you know so much about spiders?
I know so much about lots of things. That's just
Whoa.
that's just how I do.
What's the point of knowing so much about spiders?
You be quiet, Brittany.
Hey man, you might get bit by one. You never
Yes,
know.
you never know. Alright, however, it is time for Gurf to once again try to break free of the spider webs. What's your bonus, your strength bonus? I'm trying to look it up.
0. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah, it is
easy,
0.
I'm not strong either.
That's unfortunate. Alright, so Gurf still has not broken free. We are at Yuk Yuk's turn. He is unconscious still. But he's been stabilized by Shushar, so he won't die, unless you guys leave him. Sereth will take a stab at the blue spider. He hits, and does a measly 4 points of damage. So the blue spider has been nicked slightly by a sword.
Chipping away.
Spiderbait is going to take another disengage action because he is a coward. Boopido is going to come up and attack the blue spider. Because it seems like the thing to do. That's a hit. And 5. So all these little nicks are starting to add up, and the spider is starting to become noticeably weaker. Gror is going to continue swinging with his axe at the red one. That's a hit. And there's my 10-sided die. Unfortunately, he managed to do very little damage with his axe. He largely swings wide. All he manages to do is sever the end part of the pedipalp, which are the things that extend from the sides of a spider's mouth. But it's Prince Darendil's turn, and Prince Darendil, of your companions, is one of the tougher ones. So he is... Yep. Well, he misses once, but the second time, one of his claws manages to catch hold of the spider and deals... What is it? Yep. 3. Alright. Managing to pry open part of its carapace, exposing it to the air, and all the blood analog spills out, and the spider once again collapses, twitching on the ground. Shushar is going to back up a bit, because he's a pacifist, and that's what they do. Jimjar is... I'm sorry?
Was he? Sorry, I was just saying.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely a pacifist. He doesn't... Alright, so he's going to move up around here. Can't get much far... Well, actually, he's going to take his second move action to... Come on, Jimjar. Fine. There we go. To get up next to the blue spider, Eldeth will take 2 move actions to get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And there we go. And it's time for the spiders to go again. However, there's only 3 of them left. You guys have killed 2 of the original 5. So the red one decides to... Oh, Jimjar couldn't have moved because he was stuck. So I'll take a quick strength check for him. Alright, he manages to break free and get 20... There you go. He gets to there. There we go. Alright. So now it's the spider's turn. And the red one attacks Gror. Hits. Alright. So, Gror may have been poisoned. We're going to find out. Well, his first d20 roll is a fail, but he's a dwarf, so he has advantage against poisons. And he's okay. So, the blue one attacks Sereth. And hits. Alright, is Sereth going to resist the poison, or will he succumb? He succumbs to the poison.
Ew.
Yeah. However, while he's very weak, he is in fact not unconscious. So, there's good news. This seems like a good enough thing for poisoned. Alright. Gendrick.
Alright. Did I already expend the arms of Hadar?
You did not.
Yeah, I did not. Alright, so I think I might do that on this spider here.
Alright. Remember,
Go
you
ahead,
also
go
can
for it.
cast Mage Armor at will. So let's assume that...
Okay.
So, well, we can't assume that you already did it, but just remember that you can do that at will, and it does not expend a spell slot.
Oh, really? Is that from, like, a warlock thing, or...?
It's from, yeah, it's from an Eldritch Invocation.
Eldritch Invocation. Okay. Well, let's see. That's a standard, so I'm just gonna do the arms thing.
Okay.
Yeah, deal some damage. And I get +5 for spell attack bonus, correct?
Let me double check. It's basically 10 plus your proficiency plus whichever
Yeah,
ability your
+5.
skill casting. So yeah.
Yeah, it's +3 and +2 for proficiency.
So yeah, plus
sorry,
5.
Sorry, it's the first time I played 5e.
No, hey, I mean, everyone has to start off.
Roll. Oy.
Alright, that is not good enough.
Oy.
So, do you want to take a move action, or are you good where you are?
Will it pack opportunity attack?
It will if you move more than a 5-foot step.
Oy. Yeah, I might. How does it move?
Oh, you just click on your token, and you can just click drag it.
Oy.
Or at least you should
Did
be
you
able to.
Every time I click on it, it kind of moves the map around. Not quite sure.
Moves the map around.
Yeah, every time I try and click on Gendrick.
Here, let me try moving the spider away from you for a second. Does that help?
No.
Try just once clicking on him, left click.
Left click.
So you see.
Ah, there we go.
There you go. Alright, so click drag him to wherever you need to go. Is it not working? Alright, while you do that, we're going to go on to Bria, so we can resolve that.
Figured it.
There you go. Alright, Bria,
That's where I want to go.
what are you up to? You going to try and kill that red spider, or are you going to shoot something else?
I'm gonna try to get the blue one.
Alright.
Since it has move on.
Well, I used arms.
Ta-da.
So go ahead.
I'm again.
That is not a hit. Or wait, no, you rolled a 21, which is a hit, sorry.
Right. Thanks.
I was looking at the 11, I'm sorry. No, you definitely did 11 points of damage. I'm sorry. I'm
okay.
not paying enough attention, apparently. Alright, so Ront goes over here and swings his short sword, or stabs his short sword, I'm not really sure. Alright, that is definitely a hit. Alright. There we go. Gurf! Come on. You can roll better than a 9. I believe in
Right,
you.
considering that I can see a bit, does that mean my head is free?
Let's just go with you can detect light, but what you can see, we'll assume, is what you'll be able to actually see when you get out of there.
So my head is still trapped in the web,
Yeah, basically.
not just my body. Okay.
I just don't want to have to turn off your vision manually during this time. It's kind of a pain. Oh!
Boom.
You broke out. So that was your move action. You can still take another move action if you'd like. So give me a direction.
West.
West?
20. Yeah.
Well, we'll go in 5-foot increments. So you get west 5 feet.
Hit something.
No, you haven't hit anything, but you are west 5 feet.
Okay. Another one.
Nope, you hit a wall.
Okay. Sam.
Alright. You can also go diagonal, so...
Okay.
So you managed to get south.
Can you see that?
Yep. Alright. You've managed to kind of follow the wall out. And you've still got 5 more feet of movement if you'd like. But you can do that now manually, since it's you now. Alright. And I'll take the webbing marker off of you. Since you are no longer webbed or bewebbed, I don't know. Alright, so Yuk Yuk is unconscious, but he can start saving for waking up. But no, he's not awake yet. Sareth will stab at the blue spider. Hit. And he manages to kill it, so he stabs right into its whatever spiders have in lieu of a mouth. Which I guess is just a mouth, but it's a weird one. Alright, Spiderbait is kind of fine where he is. Boopido, however, is going to come up and try to kill the red spider. Hit, and Not enough to kill the spider. So he does manage to stab into it, but the spider's still doing okay. Now we're on Gror, who manages to critical hit. So he does more than enough damage to kill this spider, and his axe slices the thing directly into. He just slices right down. Ooh, Prince Darendil is up next. Rushes over here and starts in a kind of wild frenzy trying to rip into this spider with both of his claws, dealing a whole lot of damage as chunks of spider flesh come off in his hands. Shushar backs up a bit. Jimjar is going to take a strength check, but he fails. Eldeth comes over here and tries to stab. Ooh, as I drop my die. She misses. Oh, there it is. And it's the spider's turn. The spider turns to try and bite Prince Darendil, who just recently took huge chunks out of him. But he misses, meaning that Gendrick, you're back up.
Alright, let's see. Okay. So.
You do also have Eldritch Blast as a cantrip that you can use. Which,
yeah. I was thinking whether doing that or trying to flank, getting behind him, behind where, or away from where, Prince Darendil was.
well, he does have enough that a single Eldritch Blast could kill him.
Alrighty then.
But it's not, it's far from a guarantee.
We'll try it.
Alright.
Oh, that shit. Oy. Crit. Fail.
Yeah, that is not a hit. But, fortunately, you can't drop Eldritch Blast, so the crit fail doesn't do anything in particular. Bria, you're up. You could kill this guy.
I think I will.
Alright. Always a good call.
Please.
When in doubt, kill it.
That's a hit. That is enough to kill it. So tell us,
Oh, fantastic.
describe to us how you destroy this horrible spider creature.
I don't know. The arrow
Oh!
goes straight through it. There's only so many epic ways you can kill something with an arrow from a distance.
Well, alright, so...
Ricochet and go through each fucking eye.
So, you have homework, which is to watch all of the Legolas scenes in Lord of the Rings, to watch all the epic ways that he kills things with arrows.
Aww.
Right. That's your
There goes my
homework.
weekend.
I know, right? Alright, so, we are going to go out of, turn by turn. Jimjar eventually manages to, free himself. If anyone wants to help, that's fine. Yuk Yuk managed to wake back up with a hit point. And, yeah, so you guys have been, some of you have been hurt. Your guides have certainly been severely damaged. Sareth is not feeling well at all. But you have managed to defeat the spiders, and we're actually going to go to Gurf now, who is still kind of hanging out and is quite aware of all of this commotion.
Right.
Right, so
Hello.
you can see that the fighting has ended.
Yes.
Sorry.
you can no longer hear the sounds of fighting.
I'm guessing I still have all my inventory on me.
You're a little bit hard to hear again, Seb. Could you move the microphone closer?
I'm guessing I still have my inventory on me.
You
That's
do.
on website.
Yeah, you were captured by the spiders with your inventory. They're not smart enough to steal your stuff.
Out of my adventurer's kit, I pull out a torch and like that.
All right. So let me quickly change that so it is. There you go.
Awesome. I'm going to make my way over to the other light source.
All right. That's basically to the west, right?
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll just kind of pop you there. Is that all right?
Yeah.
All right. So, why don't you describe to everyone what they see as you step forward into their field of view, and I will zoom in here. So go ahead and describe what the player sees, Seb.
A sort of raptor-looking creature steps through, just shorter than 6 foot, not particularly well built, but lean, not machine, but clearly a killer, with just standard sort of common clothes on, and a rucksack, carrying a torch, completely green, with sort of muddy tinge to it, maybe not particularly clean looking, but otherwise not particularly scruffy either.
All right. So we're gonna get some input from Brett and Brittany. What would you like to do about this? Well,
Shoot her!
well, you could shoot her.
First row my dog.
I'm sorry. What was that, Brittany?
I said I second that.
So, it looks like the response right now is just kind of wary looking at you. So, would you like to say anything, Gurf?
Yeah, I speak in common and go, hey folks, how's it hanging?
All right.
Hanging kind of low.
Yeah. Nice job with the spiders.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you were caught by them, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'd rather not talk about it. It's kind of embarrassing being caught by bugs.
Yeah, that sucks.
There's quite a few of you. How did you guys end up in this situation?
I don't want to talk about it.
There's a lot of jail, a lot of escaping, but besides that, we kind of ended up here trying to get the fuck out of the goddamn Underdark.
So at
Right.
this point,
You guys know how to count?
Shushar wanders up and he says, "Well, you see, we were captives of the Drow on our way to be sold into slavery, and we're headed to my hometown in an effort to get me home and get all of my friends here resupplied for their trip back to the surface. And if you'd like, I'm sure that we could get you resupplied for a trip to the surface as well. I'm sure, convince the Kuotoa of my village to treat you well, and if you'd like, I can tell you about my new philosophy of nonviolence."
Yes, please. All of the above.
All right. Well, although I do think we need to tend to the wounded and generally help out.
No, I know some medicine. If that helps anyone.
Well, you have a medicine kit.
Not a medicine kit, but I know how to apply the medicine.
Oh, well, we don't have any particular medicine. We're mostly using bandages and such, but it does seem like a time to regather our strength, and our helpful goblin friends do seem to be well injured, and that's unfortunate since they were going to be leading us out.
Okay, can I go see if I can do something about that using my medicine skill?
We can largely, if people want, we can use this as a rest, and largely just assume that over the course of the rest, you manage to bandage people up enough so that we can spend hit dice.
All right,
Sounds like a
cool.
plan.
All right.
I'm sorry, but can I ask Gurf something while he's doing that? Like, because I just missed the intro for him, unless he didn't do one yet. and just walk up to him and be like, I don't know if you told me about it yet, but who are you? Where'd you come from?
Well, I'm not actually sure where I come from. See, I left my village just to go out and explore. I didn't take into account the location, as it were. So I guess you could just say I just come from far west of Fort Marshes, I think.
All right, if
I'm
you
not
guys
sure.
you guys role play this encounter for a little bit, I'll be right back.
Okay, cool.
Don't go
So,
into combat, please.
Let's kill each other.
I'll just sit here sharpening my arrows.
Oh, man. Alright, so, Mr. Lizard. So you said you came from west. How exactly did you end up in the Underdark?
Well, the primary reason of me going out was to find dragons. They are great, beautiful creatures. Behold them, just I worship them. I really do. And I found one, a great big black beauty. He was my everything. And he took me on an adventure with the rest of his cohort, his other lucky chosen. But apparently I didn't make the cut, and I was left down here stumbling in the dark.
That's harsh, bro.
Hopefully I'll meet a more worthy dragon to follow.
Gendrick kind of gives you a drink, just whatever he's got. If he has anything alcoholic, he gives it to you.
He's just got water.
Oh, well, I give you some water. Take
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that. Well, you trying to get out?
Oh, definitely. I would love to see the sun again.
Same here. Join up with us. We could use some more fighting.
Absolutely.
Hey Tim, how long has it been since we've been captured and all?
It's been about 3 days. Well, since you've been captured, it depends on which one of you are. But it's been about 3 days
How
since
long
you
have you been in
escaped.
the Underdark?
Well, again, that depends on which one of you are. It's been 3 days since you're captured. So basically, it can be as long as you'd like since you've been in... Or sorry, 3 days since you escaped. And it's been about a week for all of you since you were captured. But you can have been in the Underdark for as much longer as you'd like.
Oh, right. Okay.
Whatever works for you from a roleplay perspective.
It's been months.
Alright,
Oh my goodness.
so, one thing to consider is you do have some seriously injured friends, Spiderbait and Yuk Yuk. Thank you profusely for helping them, and say that they rescind their requirement of payment for leading you across the chasm if you'd like. And they even offer that if you would really like, they could accompany you, since you guys seem like you know your way around a fight.
I like that offer.
However, they are rather severely hurt, so it might be a good time for at least a short rest.
I thought we already did that.
Yeah, I thought that's what.
Oh,
we
well
did,
then,
so.
that's cool. I'll just do some healing for them.
And we gain our hit dice in health, right? Said
You
that.
can spend a hit die if you'd like.
How many hit dice? Okay, this is something I'm not familiar with. So,
So, I'll explain it. It's pretty easy. So you are playing Gendrick, so you have...
D8 Warlock.
You have 1 D10 hit die and 2 D8 hit dice.
Oh my. So I can spend one of those.
You can spend up to 3, but you can only spend that maximum per day.
Okay, now I understand.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll just spend a D8.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh wait, you're at full hit points anyway.
Am I? I only have 24?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to change
Actually,
my
it looks
character.
like other than Gror, everyone is. So Gror is actually just going to cast Cure Wounds on himself real quick.
So do I get that hit die back, or did I just waste it?
No, it's fine. You didn't use it.
Okay, cool.
I'm not... I mean, I'm a dick, but I'm not that big of a dick.
I thought you were like a mean... Like, oh no. Did
No.
I mess up?
I mean, I'm not going to be that mean to you.
Ah.
Alright, so, Yuk Yuk and Spiderbait, after the rest, seem to be doing alright. But, Sareth is still not doing too well, so Gror is going to spend another use of Cure Wounds to bring him up. Alright, so now you guys are doing pretty well. And now I have to take out my notes because somehow I managed to close that window.
Oh no.
Yes. Oh, and this episode is brought to you by the letters Q, P, and X, and the color beer.
Here, I got mine.
Very nice.
Actually, I have some mead in the fridge I'm about to dip into.
Ooh, man, I wish I had some mead.
Oof, I got some mead. I'm gonna drink out of the tankard. It's time.
Where's your mead from?
I don't know. It's just something I got at the liquor store. It was like, wasn't that much. It's kind of cheap.
You all in your mead.
There's actually
It's good though.
there's a meadery not far from here, from where I am.
Same here. It's just across the bridge, but it's like I have to. I don't know if they sell it straight out of the distribution center.
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
They
I was
do
gonna
here.
call them. I might try it.
Alright, so, about an hour passes. You guys are, if I'm looking at this correctly, basically up to full health. Looks like everyone is. Although, I will point out that most of your companions only have 1 hit die to spend.
Okay.
So, if you guys get into trouble again, you may have to take a long rest in order to get everyone back. Gendrick?
fine.
Quick question. What's the blue circle? What number is that?
Oh, the blue circle, so when there's multiple enemies, I like to put little dots next to them, so that way you can say, I'll shoot at the green spider, or something like that.
Oh, no. When I, like, the red, green, when you go into, like, a character, the red, green, blue,
Oh.
where the HP is, what's the blue?
Oh, the blue is, your armor class.
Oh, okay. Oh, I have a 13. Okay, I had 12
Yeah.
in here. Okay, I have to change that in the character. Yeah, I'm dumb.
I just
All
use
right,
it to
here we go.
I use it so I can right away have the armor class right there for me to see it.
Okay.
Alright, so, at this point, you guys have... Oh, I forgot to give Bupido a hit die. So Bupido, is he at full... Oh, yeah, so no, he's good. Alright, so, if you'd like, Yuk and Spiderbait will continue to lead you through.
Yeah.
Alright, so, you get about 1,000 feet. And at this point, by the way, the map is no longer hugely relevant, because you've entered the chasm proper. And I'll describe the chasm to you. So it's about 1.5 miles across, and it just drops off. And strung between it, going up and down and diagonally, and all in different directions, in some places it connects, there are spider webs. Just tons of spider webs. Right? And you can't even see the bottom of this thing. Basically, if you look down, which you try not to do because it gives you a bit of vertigo, but when you do look down, basically it just goes so far down that all you can see is spiderweb. However, while you're walking, one of the webs breaks. And so it is time for everyone to take dexterity saves. So let's start with Brittany taking a dexterity save for Bria. All right, you're fine. You managed to catch yourself. Seb, why don't you take one for Gurf? Wow, nice. Brett?
Oi. That showed up right.
Yes it did. That is not so good.
No, it's not.
So, you managed to fall.
Oh, man.
Fortunately, you didn't fall by too much. However, you are stuck in a web, and there's a spider coming.
Guys.
May I
I
say
myself like a spider.
So, for the sake of, oh, hey, Brian, you're taking over for Gror? Can you hear us? Hello? Brian?
Hola.
Brian is here to play Gror. I'm not sure if he can hear us.
I think he had the same problem I had.
All right. Well, we're going to use the same initiative count as before because I am
Oh,
way
really?
too lazy to re-roll that entire thing again.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
So first up is Prince Darendil, who doesn't really know what to do. Shushar does nothing. Jimjar leaps down, but he also manages to get stuck because he's an idiot.
Fantastic.
Eldeth is hesitant. The spider advances on you and attempts to bite you.
Oh god.
It does have advantage because you are essentially trapped. And so it hits, dealing
Oy.
5 points of damage. And you need to take a Constitution save.
So down to 19, and a con would be plus 1. Oh, that shit. Damn it!
Brian,
Same
try
roll.
typing in the chat. Alright, you take 8 points of poison damage, and you are now poisoned.
Christ.
Right.
Guys, Gendrick might die. I'm pretty sure.
Or at least go unconscious, right? But it is
Yeah.
your turn.
How close is this spider to me?
The spider is not close enough for a... Well, actually, no, since it bit you, it's close enough for a melee attack or a spell attack. You can also...
Can I try and cut the web?
Yeah.
Okay. With my... Alright, with my, my axe. Either that or where are my spells here? Ugh, not really a whole lot. Yeah, I'm gonna try and... What's beneath me, actually? If
More-
I cut the web, I'm probably gonna fall.
More webs.
Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna try and hit the spider.
Okay.
Wait, is there a way to actually strength check out of this? To try and...
Yeah, you can just take a strength check.
Okay, I'm gonna try and break free of this stupid shit.
Okay.
It's 2. There we go. That's a
Alright,
little bit better.
you do manage to break through, and that does count as your action, though, so you're now reduced to a move.
I will run as fast as I can towards the rest of the party.
Alright, that provokes an attack of opportunity.
I will gladly try and dodge
The
that.
spider, however, does manage to miss. So you do manage to run
Okay.
away from it, and it is now Bria's turn.
Is he technically in safety, or...
No.
Alright, can I reach it with an arrow?
Yes.
I will do that then.
Alright. The 13 is not a hit.
Oh. But I already rolled my hit die.
I know, right? So, hold on a second. I'm going to type to Brian.
Try your video and voice settings. Oh wait, you can't hear us.
Yeah.
Oops. Up. Where'd he go?
Hey Brett, what was wrong with yours?
A really shitty computer. What is wrong with it? I
Alright.
just switched to my main.
Rot is
Gotcha.
not interested in going down onto a lower level just to save someone. So, Gurf.
How far is the lip of the drop to the spider?
So it looks like it's about 15 vertical feet, if I can speak correctly. Or, I guess if we're doing meters, what's that, like just over 4 meters? You stupid Europeans in your metric system.
Right, that's something.
4 meters is pretty far.
Can I use my acrobatics check to leap the distance onto the spider?
Absolutely.
Oh, crap.
You manage it.
Cool. Is that just kind of my movement or an action as well?
That's just your movement.
Alright. I smack it with my mace.
Alright. That is a miss. So,
And as my bonus action from
I'm sorry, say that again?
martial arts,
I missed it.
from my bonus action, my martial arts, I'm going to punch it in the face.
Alright.
Nice.
That unfortunately is also a miss. Stop rolling so poorly.
Not nice.
Alright, we got a message coming in from Brian. Yuk, though, in the meantime, is he's not going down. Neither is Sarah. Neither is Spider-Bait. Boopido, though, he just leaps in like he's going for a dive. Like, you know, he puts his arms together and just whoosh, leaps down. Manages to actually cling on to the spider web, and then goes for stabbing, because Boopido is a Darrow, and Darrow are insane. So he hits, and he deals a whole 5 damage. And I'm going to use one of these spiders here to keep track.
Huh. That's a weird error.
The stream was able... Yeah, I had that problem too. Oh, well, actually I should type it to Brian since he can't hear me. I had that error too. Closing my browser.
Roll20 is pretty finicky.
Loading. Tonight has been unusual in that. I have not had that be the problem before, really.
Yeah, it usually works fine.
Yeah. Alright, so, Gror. Now, Gror, I want... Oh, well, Gror is being played by Brian, so it's me. So, you know what? Gror turns into a cave bear, roars,
Whoa.
and jumps down onto the spider, while the DM gets out the bear statistics.
Roar.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he break the web?
Well, I mean, he might, but he's on the spider, so, you know.
Bears are kind of heavy.
Bears are kind of heavy. But so are giant spiders. I want the
They
B
can't be
section.
that heavy.
That's the A section. There we go. Alright. So, first, he swats at it with his claws. Alright. Hitting with both of his claws, dealing a considerable amount of damage that I'm about to roll.
Fuck.
So, his claws are enough to completely obliterate that spider. He just rips it into shreds. There's just spider bits flying around. And he roars again. The webs buckle down a layer, but that's okay, because he's fine. And he turns back into a dwarf. And is still coated in gross stuff from a spider.
Gendrick kind of just...
adorable.
It's adorable. Gendrick says, I guess he's arachnophobic.
So, Gror calls back up, "Hey, send down a rope!" That was Gror coughing, not me.
No.
Right.
I send down a rope.
Okay. Alright, so, it's not too tough, but you guys managed to get back up. So, you could try resting, or you could try continuing on.
I say we push on.
What's up?
I say we push on.
Alright. So, if you'll excuse me just a second.
Crap, I tried to change my picture and it wouldn't change mid-game.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I tried to change to Major Glory.
Alright, so you come to a part of the chasm where there's actually like a column of rocks sticking out, and there's some caves going into it. And Yuk and
Okay.
Spider-Bait say that this is a pretty good place to go, although sometimes there's spiders.
Where hasn't there been spiders?
Right, tell
Well-
us something we don't know.
Yeah, there's spiders everywhere, I guess.
Ah.
There you go, Brian. You got a little bit of feedback, but I think adjusting the location of your microphone might help with that.
I think he's moving around.
Oh,
Oh.
that was, I mean, almost there.
Oh no. Grog. Grog, no. Okay, so he said that these are like it's a cavern straight down, right?
Well, there's a cavern system within this column of rocks.
Okay. Okay. Is there any other way around that's a little bit more safer that just might be a little bit longer?
Well,
Or is this the only way?
Jimjar and oh, sorry, not Jimjar, but Yuk and Spiderbait inform you that while there are sometimes spiders in here, the advantage of the cavern is that while you're in it, there won't be any web breaks.
So like we won't get stuck in webs on the way in.
Right.
Out. Okay. What do you guys think about that?
I think we should go for it.
Nothing to lose.
All right. I think that's the consensus.
Where did Gendrick Morris?
He is by the big web in the middle.
What?
Can you see it?
No, can someone ping it for me?
I'm gonna move him.
Oh, hey, there he is.
Okay, he must have just phased out for a second. Alright. He does that sometimes. He's just kind of like in and out. It's like, I'm here and then I'm not. Yeah.
Alright, yeah, sorry, that was weird.
Does Roll20 use Flash Player?
I believe...
I don't think it does. I don't know. I'm not sure. I never used it. Sorry. Maybe. How do you check current programs using on the page?
Not sure.
PCs.
Pretty in here that nobody knows. I never thought it.
So are we currently like just walking through this cavern or walking through the entrance?
Yeah, you're also slightly waiting for the DM to fix everything up for you.
God. God.
I know, it's always something, right? So these caverns are very dark and not really lit at all. But so
Dark
far there hasn't been much.
That's the Underdark for you.
Yeah, that is a good summation of the Underdark.
Dark and damp.
Dark and dank.
Ooh,
That too.
just like the weed.
The Weed Man. Where's the Underdark Weed Man?
Yeah, that's the real question. Where is that guy? So, if you guys want, you can do any kind of quick roleplay type stuff that you need to do. Talk to Yuk and Spiderbait while I, oh, come on. Hotkeys, do what I want you to do, not what you're doing right now.
No.
I know, right? So no one has...
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, no one has any, nice roleplay things to say?
Well, we're walking through here, right? So when is there any like neat like crystals and shit, or is it just like really dark and dank?
So there
That's what-
are occasional, fungi patches that have some light near them.
Any psilocybin?
Any... Sorry, say that again?
Psilocybin.
Oh, no, sorry, no.
Alright.
I'm feigning disinterest in, like, everything.
You are not quite that lucky.
Hmm.
Alright,
Pass out some rations to everyone to nibble on.
Ooh, some rice cakes.
Yeah.
unfortunately, Gendrick, you managed, and I believe Gurf probably too.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Come on, Reptar, let's do this.
You managed to spot a giant spider.
And
One
there's
more
a lot of
tab.
spiders in here.
Well, I mean, you are in the what do you call it? The
Well,
spider.
Kendrick actually said that. He's just like, man, there's a lot of
Ah.
spiders in here. He's like, this is a lot of spiders. You didn't tell me about this.
All right. So first up is Prince Darendil, who is unfortunately kind of in the back. So let's see if he can actually move up a little bit.
Darendel, get up here.
Oops, there we go.
What exactly is he? Is he like a...
He's a Quaggoth, but he can't actually get anywhere because everyone's blocking you. So Quaggoths are big, hulking, ape-like, humanoid-ish creatures with, you know, big teeth and claws. And they're pale white because they've been living in caves for a long time. However, Prince Darendil is convinced that he is in fact an elven prince who has been polymorphed by a nefarious sorcerer.
He believes that.
Right.
Or we believe that he is one that believes that.
I mean, that's up to you.
Either way.
Right.
I believe it.
Alright, so Jimjar, let's see, 10,
Whoa, there's
15,
like Yetis.
20, 25. Jimjar manages to advance on this purple spider here. Eldeth
I just imagine this spider is actually purple.
is even farther in the back, so yeah, she's basically going to be able to get to where Jimjar was, but that's about it. And the spider goes to attack,
Bite him in the face.
right?
Is there a spider I just can't see right now?
Yes. And does Jimjar make his save against the poison? Yes, easily. However, a different spider
For Brian, I had that same problem when I was on my other PC,
is coming up.
where I'd plug my headphones in but could hear the water dripping.
Alright, so there's a spider that's going to attack Gurf. Gurf, you ready for this?
Yeah, bring it.
Alright,
Gurf in the derf.
it hits armor class 6, so I'm pretty sure that's a fail. However, there is another spider that comes up behind it. Alright, Gendrick, you're up. You are still
Alright.
hurt, though, so
I'm a
careful.
little bit, yeah, I'm a little bit kind of miffed. Let's see. I'm gonna move Gendrick about right there.
Now, here's a question.
Yep,
Do you have mage armor up?
here's an answer. Haven't put that down on my sheet yet that I have in front of me, but I do have leather armor on, correct? Does that go over top leather armor? Or do I not have leather armor on?
I don't think you have leather armor.
I might have forgot to say that when I was talking about my beginning shit for Warlock.
Which is unfortunate, because it means you don't have leather armor.
Well, I'm gonna delete that then. So, I still have a 13 AC?
Right, but with mage armor, you could have a 17. And since you can expend it, and it lasts an hour, I can just assume that basically, unless you're sleeping, you just kind of reuse it.
Yeah, like when we came in the dungeon is when I did it, basically.
Fair enough. So you now effectively have a 17 armor class.
Alright, I'm gonna type that in, mage armor.
I have an updated character sheet that has it. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I got like an acrobat thing here. I got one that has like the whole like 5 pages of the character sheet.
Yeah.
So is you add your proficiency bonuses to your armor class?
No.
Oh, and then how did I get a 13? Because my dex is only +1, right?
You grabbed a shield is what it was. You have a Zerkwood shield.
So my armor class is 17 at the moment, and I'm gonna Eldritch Blast that green one right in the freaking arthropod, or whatever he is.
Right in the arthropod.
Right in the arthropod. I'm gonna hit him right there. I'm gonna hit him where it hurts.
That sounds great.
I might.
Do spiders particularly have a part that hurts?
It's questionable whether or not arthropods feel pain per se. But go ahead,
Did it have
take.
nerve endings? That
They-
was it right there at the end there.
Oh, the
Probably
14.
registered damage.
Yeah.
The 14 is a hit,
Yay! Right.
so that's
Does-
D10 damage.
I add my charisma because of my agonizing blast invocation.
Oh, nice.
There we go. So it is a.
Oh wait, you took agonizing somehow I think we have different versions of your character sheet.
I feel like we do. So
Alright.
the ones I took were agonizing blast, and beguiling influence.
So because you're a human in the Underdark, I'm going to highly recommend that instead you pretend that you took what is it? Devil's Sight, so you can see normally for 120 feet.
For dark vision.
Yeah,
I'll take that instead of beguiling influence.
but it does mean that you don't have Armor of
Well,
Shadows
actually-
anymore.
They must have dark vision because I could just be blind, and I can change when I level up. I can change my invocations.
Well, let's go with Devil's Sight right now because I gave it to you for your
Okay,
vision.
cool. Yep,
So
Yep,
you don't
we'll
have
do that.
Beguiling
We'll do
anymore.
that.
You have Devil's Sight. So sorry
Cool.
about that.
changing that.
I'm not sure how we
Alright.
managed to have different versions of your character sheet.
Not
But,
sure,
uh,
but we'll fix that.
Yeah, sorry about that.
3. D10 plus 3. Enter.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There you go.
Slam him in all 8 eyes.
Sounds good. And there we go.
Can that shit come out of my hand axe?
Sure.
Awesome.
I mean, that's flavor text, and I'm okay with just about any flavor text. Bria,
Yes.
you are pretty far in the back, so if you'd like to start shooting or something, you're going to have to advance forward.
I shall move.
So basically, you can get to here if you'd like.
That works.
Alright.
Now I'll start shooting.
At whom? Or what?
Presumably not my companions.
Right, but you can see the green one and the purple one pretty easily.
Hey, don't shoot
No.
us. Please don't shoot us.
I'll try not to miss.
That's a hit. Who are you shooting, though? The green or the purple, or what?
I'm shooting the green one. 'Cause
Okay.
It's closer.
Oh, you're way in the back.
No, I'm not.
Oh, wait, never mind. I see you. I thought you were like behind like this dark part here. Never mind. My bad.
It's okay.
And as a reminder, the character art for all the PCs is done by me, DM Tim. Visit my Facebook page at www.facebook.com/DMTimstreaming. One word.
Hashtag branding. Yeah.
Great.
I
Alright,
actually did some,
so 8.
I did an illustration of Gendrick. I'll send you it. It looks kind of neat.
You can draw.
Yeah, I can draw a little bit. Not a whole lot, but I can do it.
Alright,
Put it
so
in the Facebook group chat.
Ront, yeah, do that. Put it in our Ront goes up here and starts stabbing. But he misses because he's terrible. Gurf,
Right.
you are up.
Hit him, lizard man.
What are you gonna do?
Something lethal, I hope.
Right. So remember, in 5th edition, you can take an attack, then do a move and finish your or sorry, you can move then attack and then move again if you haven't used up your entire move. So
I'm just gonna go straight up hit the green spider.
with your mace, or
My mace, yeah.
all right. And are we assuming this is kind of some kind of crazy monk mace?
Yeah, mace is monk weapon.
All right.
They're simple.
Yeah, but I like to think of it as some kind of weird, like Asian version of a mace.
Alright, it's a pair of nunchucks.
Fair enough. All right, that's a hit.
Uh,
Aww.
and as my bonus action, I punch him.
All right. All right, that is not a hit. So Yuk Yuk, They're not really very good at combat, so Yuk and Spider-Man are probably going to hang back. But
Eric just
Sereth,
yells, "You're fucking useless."
right? Sereth can only get up to here, but he's going to do it. Boopido is next to the green one, so he's going to stab away. But he misses. Gror is, yeah. He is going to go into a barbarian rage. Then, he's going to turn. These are both bonus actions, by the way. So actually, no, he's going to go into a barbarian rage and get to here. And then, he's going to come up to here. So he's in a rage, but he can't do much else. Then Prince Darendil is... Where'd Prince Darendil go? There he is. So, 20... that's about as far as he can get. Shushar stays back. Jimjar stabs, hitting the purple one for 7 points of damage. Alright, Eldeth. Let's just get to here. Alright. So the spiders. One of the spiders is going to bite again at Jimjar, but he misses. The other spider is going to try and bite at Gurf. And he gets armor class 14, which I think is a miss, right?
Yeah, that's a miss.
Alright, so Gendrick, you're back up.
All these spiders.
Gendrick, I can't hear you.
We can't.
No, not at all. Like, I heard you say,
Oh.
no, you can't barely.
How about now?
Yeah,
Okay, I just need to speak up. Talk like I have something to say. Alright.
there you go.
Okay, Eldritch Blast that green spider again. I'm gonna smack him in the face. Try and put it right through his freaking face, or whatever you call the face of a spider. Crit.
Critical hit! Roll that 2d10 damage.
2d10. All right.
Plus your constitution modifier, just once, though. It only doubles
Oh,
the
charisma?
dice. Yeah, your charisma. Yeah.
Okay, charisma. 2d, not 2d0. Don't do that. 2D plus-
Yeah, 2d0 would be terrible.
Wow.
Alright,
Man.
so describe how the Eldritch Blast kills the spider.
It goes through one side of the face and comes clean out the other.
Nice. Alright, Bria. You are up.
Naturally, I will go for the red one, or orange one, whatever was behind the green one. I can't really see.
I see what you mean. It's orange.
Right, okay.
It's kind of a brownish orange, but whatever. That, unfortunately, does not hit.
Aw.
I know, right? Ront is going to advance up and take a swing, but he drops his short sword. And we are
That
back.
happens a lot.
Yeah, but we're back to Gurf.
Alright. Maneuver.
Now remember, moving over the spider corpse counts as difficult terrain, so... So that right there is actually
half
10
your
feet.
speed, right?
Right, so that's actually 10 feet, but you can just get there and then attack the orange one. That's not, like, a problem.
Jump off the spider body.
I got a question.
Yes.
Would you consider the fight action to be unarmed combat?
The which action?
Fight.
Oh, no, I would not. That's actually a natural weapon, so I'm going to count it as a weapon.
Okay. Ooh, as a weapon.
Yep.
Considering it's a natural weapon, could it be considered a monk weapon, considering
Yes.
it's my own body?
Yes, I will consider it a monk weapon.
Alright. I multi-attack the spider.
Alright,
The
that's a hit.
mace swinging into his face.
That is a hit. Goodness. Alright, that was 8 damage. Sorry, I did not catch that right quick. Alright, so you did that, and then you're going to take your bite attack, right?
Yeah, or a bite.
That's a miss.
Ah,
Alright, so Yuk Yuk does pretty much nothing. Sareth. Sareth is going to come up here. And, yep, he's just close enough. But he misses anyway. Boopido is... Oh, there he is. So he goes over to that one, and he gets a critical hit on the purple spider.
Voice.
Right? Unfortunately, it only does 8 points of damage, so the spider is still doing pretty well. But it is leaking small amounts of hemolymph all over the place. Gror.
Do
Now
spiders
that-
really have something different than blood?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Like, I'm not lying about that.
Ah, I thought that was just like flavor for D&D. That's dope.
No,
I didn't realize
that's for real life stuff.
No shit.
Yeah. Hemolymph.
DNA is amazing.
So Gror, while he's in a barbarian rage, turns into a cave bear while still raging. And,
Awesome.
and swings...
Like Brother Bear style.
Yeah, swings both of his claws at the purple thing. Hits twice. Does an insane amount of damage, so let's find out what it is. Let's see, that's... Does 21 points of damage, annihilating this thing.
Dang.
It's just destroyed. It has nothing left. It's gone.
Which one is that?
The purple one. But then, because he can still move and still has another attack, his bite attack, he advances
shit.
on the blue one and
I just
bites
start
it.
swooning over here.
Right?
Just imagine it's like that one
This
bear.
time, though, he only does 5 points of damage. But still, I mean, he just ripped apart one spider and then went in to chomp on another one. As a bear. A bear who is raging. Who, because he's raging, gets bonus damage and has resistance to non-magical piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning damage.
Roar.
Because screw you, I'm a barbarian druid.
That's pretty good.
Right? So Prince Darendil is up now, and he's like, oh, I don't know where to go. So he goes 5, 15, 20, 30, and then he's done. Well, actually, no,
You
since he
should
can,
just hide behind me.
he can do that. Alright, Shushar, being a pacifist, does nothing. Jimjar advances on the blue spider, rolls some dice, gets a cocked eye, manages a critical hit,
Nice.
doing a full 12 points of damage as his short sword sinks deep into the spider. Eldeth comes up, takes an attack, does not get a critical hit, but still does some small amount of damage. Alright, and the spiders. The spider tries to bite desperately at the cave bear. And while it does hit, it only does 1 point of damage.
Dang.
And then the cave bear easily passes his constitution check because he's a freaking bear.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. How do I get rid of that?
And now, don't worry, I'll get rid of it.
Okay.
Now
I'm
it's
sitting here trying to figure
Gendrick's
something out.
turn. Gendrick, get
Okay,
rid
so
of
the thing
something
I was
for
trying-
us.
Yeah, the thing I was trying to figure out was how to like figure out how far you're moving.
Hmm.
That like
It's
5,
the
10.
the ruler looking thing.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Okay, I want to move about. Let's move there.
So remember, you can't get quite that far because moving through the spider is difficult terrain.
Okay. That. And then we're gonna move back.
So you gotta
so
take.
I think you want to move like there.
Well, except that's on top of Eldrith, so you can move just behind her.
Okay, let's see. Is from there.
So you can move behind her, and then
Is that hitting the spider at 10 foot?
yeah, your Eldritch Blast has a range of 30 feet.
Oh, I was gonna go for a poison spray.
Oh, well, that would hit Eldeth and Prince Darendil, though.
Really?
Yeah, it's a cone.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure. Let me double check.
You extend your hand toward the creature you see within range. Drag a puff of noxious gas. Creature must succeed con save throw.
Oh, I guess it's not. I thought it was. Never mind.
Yeah, it says spray, but I don't know if it means spray. It's weird.
Yeah. So yeah, go for it. Poison spray.
Alright, so move your ass. Move your
Hold
ass.
on one second.
Right there.
I am streaming. I do not care. Go away. All right.
Right there?
Yep.
Alright, and then let me make sure. Wait. That'll hit.
Yeah, 10
Yeah,
feet.
poison spray. Yeah,
Alright.
and you have to save it's a con save. DC 13.
What's the DC again?
13?
Oh, it passes.
Damn it. Well, he gets sprayed in the face with some green shit, and
And it doesn't
Gendrick
care.
passes go and collects $200.
If only he actually did, though. Bria, do something.
I'll do all the things. No, I'm playing. I'll just kill, or try to kill, the orangey-looking one again.
Now, remember, you do have a Cure Wounds thing that you can cast up to 3 times, so there is that. You can heal. But yeah, keep going. That's a
No one's worth
miss.
healing yet.
That's a miss.
Yeah.
Ront is up next. And he uses the big die, to hit the spider for a pathetic amount of damage. Come on. There we go. Alright, Gurf, you are back. Come on, you got
Alright.
this.
I'm going to end the spider. First, I smack with my mace.
Whack! Ooh, that's a hit.
So close to
Good one.
Also, I do want to take a moment out to thank Seb, who is playing right now at, what is it, almost 1 a.m.?
Yep, 1 o'clock.
Dang,
Yeah.
son.
So let's take a moment to appreciate that Seb is so dedicated to Dungeons and Dragons that he is here at 1 a.m. his time.
Thanks, Dad.
So yeah,
I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm clapping.
oh, we
Yeah.
can hear it. You're either
Okay.
clapping or you're fapping very loudly.
Clapping. It was definitely fapping. Okay. You got me. You caught me.
All right,
Shit.
so that's the 6 damage there. I got that. So take your bite is next, right?
No, I'm going to expend the key point and
Ooh.
follow it with a flurry of blows.
All right, Flurry of Blows gets you 2 unarmed attacks, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Do it.
First punch.
Oh, sorry.
Second
No.
punch.
Hmm.
No.
Oh wait, that was the damage for the first one. So you still have a D20.
Oh shit, yeah. Sorry.
Oh hey,
There we go.
Sheppy's here to hopefully take over for Gror.
Hi, Sheppy.
That is a miss also. So fail on that key point.
Ah, they're DC 14.
So there's Sereth.
Or
Hey, no metagaming,
AC
Brett.
14.
No
Man.
metagaming. Oh,
Bro.
guess who drops his short sword? Frickin' Sereth. Boopido! Boopido's gonna go 5, 20, 25, there we go. And he is going to stab at the blue one. He's going to hit, and I mean, does hit, dealing a smallish amount of damage. Gror, however, Gror is going to wreck this blue spider's face. By doing
Probably became disturbed, man.
15 points of damage, which is way more than that thing had left. Then he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 over here, so he can help out over here. Still in bear form, because, you know, he's awesome. And we're back to Prince Darendil, who will also kind of go over here. Shushar does essentially nothing. Jimjar comes up over here. Eldeth comes up over here. And the spiders bite at Gurf. But they miss.
Okay.
Gendrick.
Alright. Alright, I'm gonna move Let's see. Alright, let's see, 10.
Remember, moving through the spider counts as difficult terrain, so that's actually 40 feet that you gotta go in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, are these both dead?
What's up?
Are both these spiders dead?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I couldn't see the X mark because the darkness.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
Alright. I can't really see any other spiders ahead of me, so I might move 30 back. 15.
Well, that's 20 right there, because you went through Jim Jar.
Oh, well, shit. Well,
Actually, you figure that out. I'll be right back.
20 feet there. I'm gonna go there. Hey, yo, Lizard Man, what do you see? You got anybody back there?
Yeah, there's some big ass spiders.
Alright, I'm gonna run back there. Fuck all this nonsense. I'm gonna run like right. That's 20. That's 20 right there. So that's 20. That's dead. That orange one's still alive. I should probably hit the red one and just get some DPS on it. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll hit him. We'll hit him in the face real hard when he gets back with an Eldritch Blast. Jeez. Jeez. Jeez, all these spiders. All these spiders and arachnids.
Alright, sorry about that.
It's cool.
So you got a 13 on your to hit?
No, I didn't roll it yet.
Oh,
It's
okay, I'm
D-
sorry. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Roll D20 plus 5. For the Eldritch Blast on that red one.
Orange. Or the red one? Oh, the red one.
I'm going red. Roll
Okay.
D20, because I don't know how to fucking type. Plus 5. That one will do it.
That's a hit.
Pretty good. And it's Eldritch Blast is D10 plus Charisma. Oh, D10 plus 3. Enter. Oi,
Alright.
got a little bit of damage there.
Very nice. Bria, you're up. Bria. Well, you can't step on top of Gendrick.
I totally can.
No, you can't.
Let's get on his shoulders, you know?
Nope.
Step on my head. Do it. And stand on my head, and then just shoot an arrow with your feet.
Alright, fine. I'll move over here, just so I
Okay.
can move somewhere. And then I'll try shooting again.
At the
And
orange
I'll miss
one?
again.
At which
Doesn't
one?
matter.
At the orange one?
It doesn't matter.
You still have to tell me, though.
The closest.
Oh, fine. The orange one then, yeah.
Alright. Well, you managed to drop something. Your arrow, I guess. Doesn't matter much.
Uh-oh.
Right. I just... Yeah, it doesn't... I don't do
Your
this then.
shit's dead.
Right?
Alright, well, Ront manages to miss anyway, so we're back to Gurf.
Alright. I'm gonna smack you on these.
Alright.
Get him, Godzilla.
And, Seb, I think your microphone is still a little far away. I don't know. It's a little tough to hear you.
Just move a little closer.
Sorry, I turned away looking for my dice.
Alright, that's much better.
Didn't think.
That's a
There
hit.
we go. Ah,
Aww. Only 3, but that's alright. It doesn't have much left.
alright, so I'm just gonna follow up with a standard punch.
Oh, that's a miss.
Dang, son.
Sereth is close enough, so he's going to take a swing.
Now watch me whiff. Now watch me nay-nay.
So he hits, barely. But it's still not enough to kill this spider. This spider is pretty tough. So we're going to go on to Boopido, who is somewhere. Oh, there he is.
He's down by the dead ones.
Gror smashes through here. Or, well, smashes through to here. Chomps at the orange one, hitting, dealing plenty enough damage to destroy it, so he just chomps right into it, pulls a big chunk out of its brain out in his mouth, then steps forward and slashes the red one with his claws.
Gendrick streams, I like that bear.
Dealing 13 points of damage with his 2 claws, severely injuring the red one. Prince Darendil is here, so he's going to go 5, 10, 20, 30. He can't quite get there. Shushar is again going to do nothing, because that's how he does. Eldreth is going to move up. The spider tries to bite at Gror, but it misses. Gendrick, we're back to you.
Wait, okay. Mute it. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast that last red one.
Alright.
Great.
There you go. You got this.
Alright, and then it's 2D. It's 2D10, right?
Yeah, it's 2d10 plus your charisma modifier.
15.
Alright, that kills it. So feel free to describe how that happens.
So it goes clean through like the face and comes out the ass.
So
Just-
straight from one end to the other.
right. And then it kind of like bounces. No, I'm not gonna do that. Like it bounces off, comes out, and hits the head again.
Okay. So I need to check a small amount of math at this point, because you may actually have gotten a whole bunch of experience. So 1 second.
Awesome sauce.
Well, you definitely got a whole bunch of experience. I'm just checking exactly what that does for you.
So he had no experience written down on this character sheet, so I have no idea what Hendrick
It would have
has.
been 900.
Okay, that helps.
Alright, so this is not enough to get you guys to level 4, but you are going to be getting a fair amount. So, at this point, you guys have been going for a good while. It might be time to kind of take a break. Gendrick at least could use it in terms of his hit points, although no one else is really terribly damaged.
I could use Cure Wounds on Gendrick.
You
Hendrick's
could.
got a good gash in his shoulder.
You could use Cure Wounds. That would certainly help a lot. Do you want to do that?
Pour some dirt in it.
Alright.
How do we do that?
You just say that you do, and then roll 1d8 plus your Wisdom modifier, which for you is... sorry.
Imagine half health has a good
Uh,
little bit.
Plus 3.
Nice.
Alright.
Go up to
Not very much, but
just
something.
17.
Yeah, it brings you up to 17.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah, so that's not bad at all.
Next, 24. Alright.
Alright.
Stay lost.
So, in that case, yeah, I mean, other than the fact that... I mean, you might want to take a short rest so that, Gendrick, you can recharge any spell slot that you've done, and so that, Gror can recharge his bear form.
Let's do that.
Yeah. I guess they couldn't call their friends on the World Wide Web.
Well, fortunately for you, it's not quite worldwide, right?
Right. Underdark Wide Web.
Not even that, it's only like a mile and a half.
Mile and a half wide web.
Alright, I check my notes.
It's a lot of web.
I know, right?
A good little Spider-Man would be impressed.
Alright, so, you continue on for about 4 or 5 more hours, and it actually does get to be the point where it is getting... You've been traveling for a really long time.
I'm sorry, did I get my spells back for that? For the rest?
Yeah, so warlocks recharge their spell slots every short or long rest,
Okay, cool.
which
I
make
didn't
them
realize.
kind of unique in that way. Most other spellcasters only
Need,
recharge
like, a
spells.
day.
Yeah,
Okay.
which
And then I
but
need to write down mage armor. I need to get that. Hold up. I'm sorry, I just gotta look that up.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But it's offset by the fact that you have very few spell slots.
Yeah, I get like 2,
Yeah,
but then I have fighter, which is pretty good.
right.
And
Alright,
that's,
so...
mage armor is like a spell like ability, right? Or is it like a whole? It's a
Well, so
that
the
doesn't
spell,
require a
the mage
slot?
armor was back on my version, and it's an Eldritch Invocation. So if you want the Eldritch Blast bonus, you won't get mage armor.
Hey, I might get rid of mage armor then.
All right.
Get rid of that. Dump it.
So at this point, you guys are getting pretty fatigued, and if you keep going, you're going to probably take a level of exhaustion. So you might want to take a long rest, which will restore
I thought we were
everyone's
doing
everything.
Let's sack up, guys.
Good idea. Let's nap with the corpses.
Well, you guys continued on past the caverns.
Oh, okay. To an assumed safe spot, quote unquote.
Well, there aren't very many safe spots, but you just set a watch, and luckily,
That's why I put quotation marks around it.
right, over the course of the watch, you guys are not beset by anything horrible.
Right.
At least
That's
not
good.
in terms of creatures. However, at least all of the PCs, you don't know about the NPCs, but all of you PCs have horrible dreams about being trapped in a dark place, and there are horrible otherworldly creatures clawing at you.
But
And
we are trapped in a dark place, and there are otherworldly creatures clawing at us.
true,
Yeah, that's
but
pretty
in this case,
understandable.
this otherworldly is not like giant spider otherworldly. We're talking about like supernatural evil.
So
Oh.
that's just a normal dream. I imagine that's just a normal dream for Gendrick because like Cthulhu, and he's just like,
Well,
yeah, that's cool.
Perhaps that might be a normal dream for him, or for the others,
Yeah, he's
it's
just
not.
like he finds comfort in it.
And at the
Am
end,
I-
you see a large two-headed figure with tentacles rising up out of some dark pit.
I actually have a
Oh, dear.
Necronomicon right next to me.
When I wake up, can I do a religion check on that dream and see if I can believe anything about it?
You absolutely can take a religion check on that.
I'm frightened. Tentacles.
Brittany, this isn't
Oh,
a
Brian's
Japanese animated movie or anything, so you don't have to be that worried.
There
Still,
you go. That's pretty good. You know, a lot of that religion.
Oh yeah, so
Already
it looks
shit.
like that figure that you saw rising out of the dark pit at the end was a demon prince who is the most powerful demon prince, although the name escapes you.
Ah. So guys, did you guys have bad dreams as well?
they did.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Did it include a creature, large being coming out of a pit, looking rather evil?
Yeah, I had that dream too.
Again, nothing out of the ordinary.
Huh.
All
I
right,
think we got a problem here. 'Cause that's,
Bria. Bria,
Yeah.
why don't you take a perception check?
For what?
Just do it.
Fine.
Just see if you see some shit. You might see some
Look
shit.
at that. So you notice that the area that you're sleeping in has a faint kind of purplish tint.
Like, there's a toxic gas in here tint, or like the lighting tint?
It's more like the lighting, but there's also a little bit of gas kind of deal. So why don't you take a wisdom save?
I think that was the lizard man.
It was not.
Oh,
Oh, that's unfortunate.
oh dear.
Seb, what's
So-
your race again?
lizard folk.
I share
Okay,
what I noticed
literally a
with the
lizard
rest of the
man.
group.
Okay.
Wait, Tim.
What?
Timothy.
Yeah, what's up?
If I share what I have noticed with the rest of the group, can they also take wisdom checks to see if they know what's going on?
That's not what it was a wisdom save, by the way.
I'm
So
just not
the
smart,
person that
guys.
saw it gets affected by it. Your eyes that curse you.
So, if you'll give me 1 second, I need to take a little random check here. Oh,
What kind of check?
I'll give you 5.
a special check.
Int?
No, it's not really a check that any of you have to roll.
Well, it's when you're rolling in real life.
Yes.
Mind if I quickly go grab a coffee?
Yeah, go ahead.
3 minutes.
Okay.
Is that fucking Nuno Diaz Andonis? Shoot. Dang. That's a good throw.
So, Brittany, this is going to be kind of a good news, bad news sort of situation.
Okay. The good news being?
You're going to get the bad news first, unfortunately.
Oh, is that the bad news, that I'm getting the bad news first?
That might be it. Yeah, that sounds right.
All right.
So, don't leave me hanging.
Well, I'm not going to do that because that was stupid. All right. So, at this point, you feel like you are completely creeped out and you need to leave that area that has the purple tint, which is good because it's not very big, but
Okay.
you kind of run just getting out of there. You have to get out. However,
Okay.
after you leave, you feel a kind of kicking sensation in your pack that you're carrying.
Oh no.
Okay. So I open it.
Stool's in there, and he's been reconstituted from the ashes that you collected.
Stool! My good friend. I hug him. I hug him tightly.
Says, Bria, what happened? Where am I?
alive. I cry tears of joy.
There was
Is
fire.
that little shiitake alive?
There was fire. What happened?
Don't worry about it, my friend. You're safe now.
All right.
Though I thought you had died. How are you back?
I don't know. What? How did I? Wait, I died?
You did.
How?
I forgot. How did he die?
He got burned up by a lava jet that he
Fire.
failed to escape.
Right. I tell him that
Well, I don't see.
nicely.
I don't feel burned.
Well, you're not now. I don't know how, but you're not.
Hmm.
Why is my health like danger? Wait, what's that thing? Tim, something happened.
Oh yeah, you got a little red line there, huh? Don't you?
Yeah.
That's
What is
nice
that?
and scary. That's a good question. What is that?
It's red. Red usually isn't a great thing.
I know,
And it's
right?
low.
That sounds dangerous, doesn't it?
It does.
I know.
I don't like it.
It's too bad that I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Damn it, Tim.
I know. I'm so evil.
Okay, so Toad is back. My friend Toad, my lovely friend Toad, or Stool, whatever his name is.
It's
whatever.
Stool. You can see him right here.
Radio.
Toad's a nice nickname.
I just like kiss him all over his face because I missed it so much.
And he says, "Are we going to Neverlight Grove?"
We're gonna make a stop somewhere else first, but then yes, I promise straight on.
Where?
Whatever that guy's hometown was.
It's Thlubu Doop.
right. That.
Okay. I want to get back to Neverlight Grove.
I know, Stool. I know. We'll get there. I
Oh.
promise.
Okay. Alright, so
My buddy's back. Yay.
this might be something to discuss, the fact that some ashes turned back into the Myconid sprout from which they originated.
Right.
So does
so
anyone
I run
else?
back to the group.
Yeah.
And I tell them what has happened in disbelief. And then I like pulled Stool up like Simba and I'm like, look.
Does the music start?
No.
No, you don't get some nice Lion King music.
No, I just hold him up and I'm like, look.
Manenya. Hallelujah.
What's up? What's happening?
Oh, Seb's back, so you might as well tell him too.
Oh, right. My Biffle stool just came back to life after being singed to a crisp. And I don't know how or why.
Oh, what?
It's some little shiitake.
Okay, well, yeah. He's a little mushroom. And he's cute.
Okay.
It looks like dinner.
How did that happen then? How?
No idea.
Dinner destruction from was just like you waving his arm. He's like magic.
It is like magic.
Well, it was certainly magic. I mean, there's no question about that.
It can't be like a miracle from like, you know,
How would that
God.
not be magic?
I don't know, because isn't that not how religion works? It's just supposed to be a miracle, not necessarily magic.
So in D&D, that distinction isn't really made.
Isn't magic like coursing through the universe in D&D?
Yes, it is.
I thought so.
Oh, I thought our DM was God, you know.
Well, I am, ultimately.
One of the gods.
No, I'm the highest god. In
Okay,
D&D.
ball father, but still. There are rules he still has to follow.
No, I don't.
What?
I don't have to follow any rules. I choose to follow most of the rules.
You must follow the tome.
I don't even have to do that. I
You
do,
do.
but I don't have to. There's no law.
I guess you're right. Bone brews and shit.
Yeah, the D&D police aren't going to come, and if they do, they will be met by my fireball. Fireball.
556 or 762.
All right.
Can I make a perception check on the stool? Is it called?
Yes,
On
stool.
the stool. See if there's anything amiss, or not that I know much
Absolutely.
about it.
Don't get close too close. You might get really high.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
But,
Well, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary.
okay.
But then you're also not entirely sure what what ordinary is for a small mushroom person.
Can I run a perception check?
Anyone can run a perception check.
Ta-da!
Look at that. So Stool seems a little bit fidgety, but he seems to be largely okay.
What about, is there a check for, like, magic and things?
I mean, you can, if you could cast Detect Magic, you could cast Detect Magic, but since you can't, you can't.
Oh, okay.
Anyone proficient in Arcana?
Oh, yeah, there's
Oh
that.
yeah. Who has Arcana?
I have, like, +1. Oh, wait, no, it's -1. My bad.
Ooh.
My Arcana is 0, but I can still try.
You
Yeah,
absolutely
it's better
can
than
still
-1.
try.
I will still try and do such a thing.
You do that, right? You do
Oops,
that.
that's not. Don't do that. Okay. I was about to fucking
All right.
type
So
in the effect for a
you
spell.
do notice that where Bria slept, there is a kind of slight, dark but still present purple haze.
I've been drugged, guys.
I swear it wasn't me. This time.
It was
It's a
Gurf.
dream.
Flame Gurf. Is this real life?
I don't think it was a lizard man.
Man, you never know. Those lizard men are dirty.
Man, don't be racist.
No, hey, it's you have to be at least a little bit off if you're a lizard man because lizards have 2 penises.
Wait, they do?
Of course they do.
Some do.
No, pretty much all.
dear.
These. I don't know about that.
Yeah, they're called
Does one, like,
hemipenes,
fall off?
and they got 2.
Hemipenes.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
waiting
one
for the
like
gene
fall off
splice
during
of
the
that.
process.
Yeah. So,
Waiting.
like I said, it's not just spiders. I know about all sorts of weird stuff.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the gene splice that into humans. That'll be interesting for porn.
That's
Well,
terrifying.
I did see an article about someone who had to.
I saw a video of someone who had fucking gills.
That
Oh.
sounds like bullshit to me.
Well, she had a gill. It was unfunctional, but it was a gill. It was like right underneath like her like left ear or something.
Oh, that's
which
where
is
you
where
want
it
it.
would show up.
Right.
Which is like where it would show up.
So
Someone in chat can tell me that I'm bullshit, but whatever.
that glow, we all noticed that now, Mom.
So did we get out of this cave? Like we rested,
Yeah, you
right?
did. You did get out of the cave.
Okay, cool.
Because we're not currently in combat, so the map is just kind of for pretend.
Fresh air.
Right.
Fresher air.
All right. So, after you've kind of noticed this, Sareth comes up and says, he comes up and he looks where you're looking, Gendrick, and he says, "Ah, she slept in Fair's Rest, huh?"
What's that? Am I gonna die?
Well, I doubt you're gonna die. Fair's
First of all,
Rest.
what does Sareth look like again?
Oh, he is the drow, the male drow guy. I'll shift ping him.
Okay, cool.
This
Alright, I see
dude.
him.
Right.
So, first of all, who's she? Second of all, what is that?
So she is Bria. That's the
Okay.
right. And Fair's Rest. Fair's Rest is a magical substance that suffuses large parts of the Underdark, and it's ultimately the basis of the Underdark food chain. Many of the fungi that thrive down here actually derive their energy from the Fair's Rest in the way that surface plants get their energy from the sun.
Bree,
So,
slept
like-
with some fun guys.
And they did what exactly?
I guess we'll find out.
Well, I don't know. Normally, Fair's Rest wouldn't do anything like resurrecting corpses, but so
Like
I
beneficial.
don't know what's going on.
I mean, Stool is also a fungi, so
That's
He is a
true.
fun guy.
Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Is it normal
but you do
for
know,
this,
Tim. You do know.
Well, so Tim the DM knows, but Sareth
Tim
doesn't.
knows. Yeah, Sareth doesn't know dick diddly shit.
Right. He's just a drow guy. A drow guy who was wanted for murder.
Thanks, Elfman. Good to know.
You're welcome.
So, like, I'm gonna live, right?
Well, we're all gonna die, but you'll probably live for a while
Eventually.
longer.
So
Eventually,
optimistic. But thank you.
Unless we get killed by something.
the Black Abyss takes us all.
Yes. Alright, everyone save against dying. Right now. No,
Oh,
don't do
God.
that. Don't do that.
Con,
No,
yes,
you're,
con plus 20.
you're fine.
Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
How do we breathe down here?
Oh, there's plenty of air.
Yeah.
How?
So
Why?
there's basically a constant breeze because there are numerous openings to the surface, right? Where fresh air comes from. And because different openings are at different pressure levels, there's always airflow from one to the other, so it circulates the air.
Science.
Nice.
Yeah.
Indoor air conditioning?
Right, science.
Right.
Pressure differentials result in wind, which carries fresh air.
Is it like kind of always breezy down here?
Yeah, there's basically always a breeze. But one of the
Whoa.
problems is you don't know whether the breeze is coming from the nearest opening or is going to the nearest opening. So it doesn't really help
So
you
what-
know which way to go.
So what you're saying is if I get a cape, it's always going to be flowing.
To some extent, it won't be flowing like you've got a hero fan going. It's not hero wind,
A little bit.
but yeah,
Tiny bit.
right. It's not hero wind, but it is a breeze.
Okay, that's on the quest log.
So my hair is like lusciously flowing in the wind right now.
Well, no, because you haven't showered in months, so it's
Yeah, you got a
all
little bit of
stringy
grease.
and like dreadlocky.
Got a little bit of grease.
Yeah,
Kind of nasty, honestly. Kendrick is kind of holding back his throw up.
right. Well, you mean you all smell terrible, and by now you're pretty used to it.
Well, Kendrick's just kind of used to it.
Although, you know
Yeah.
what? Garf doesn't
That's-
smell too bad because lizards don't have a whole lot of various like oil or musk secreting glands So Gurf smells just fine. What's that?
Have you
Yeah.
smelled?
Kendrick smells like ass.
Yeah. Most of you who are mammals, gross, disgusting mammals, smell terrible.
Fucking
Right.
warm bloods.
However, Shushar and Gurf don't smell very bad at all.
Neither should Stool.
Yeah, Stool doesn't really smell bad.
I mean, he's basically just rebirthed.
Pretty
A newborn
much.
baby.
All right, so you guys, I assume you continue on, right?
Nah, I think I'll go back to the dungeon.
Right, just kind of hang out.
Yeah.
All right, so something starts. So Gendrick, you're the first one to see it,
Okay.
and there's this kind of sphere-shaped creature with 4 tentacles ending in eyes coming out of its body. It has one
Oh,
big
God.
central eye and a mouth.
Fucking beholder.
And so it floats kind of lazily down towards you, and it stays just at the edge of most people's dark vision. And it says,
But I imagine I can see it because of my eyes, my devil eyes.
yes. And
Okay.
it says to you, "Greetings, travelers."
Greetings, chaotic one.
It's not here
Hello.
to kill us.
Oh, I'm not a chaotic one. However, I have been down here for centuries, ever since that damn drow mage summoned me.
Man, I don't know how you didn't go mad from that. I go mad just by breathing.
Maybe I did go mad, I don't know. But
I'd be able to tell.
watch
Man.
out. Have you heard about the demons down here?
What kind, man?
What do you know about the demon?
All sort. No, by the way, you guys,
Wait, is this telepathic just to me?
it's telepathic, but it is to everyone.
Okay, cool.
Right. So he says, well, first of all, I do want you guys to remember that you were, you did escape from the drow, largely because they were distracted by a demon attack on their outpost.
Yeah, some sort of weird like mantis thing, right?
There were some strange insect creatures and one big vulture-like creature.
Oh god.
Yeah, it was a bad time for the drow. It was actually not that great a time for you, but, I mean, it did give you the opportunity to escape, so...
What? We went down the waterfall, right?
Yep.
Still have the scar from that on my ass.
Alright, so... and it says, yeah, there's all sorts of demons down here. You gotta be really careful.
This is a beholder, correct?
Well, it looks like one.
Oh my.
But then again,
Okay.
4 is a rather small number of eye stalks for a beholder.
That's true. It does usually have like 5 or more.
Yeah.
Can I roll like a nature check about it?
No, because beholders aren't natural parts of the ecology. You could roll an Arcana check.
That might be more prudent.
Yeah.
If I can type roll correctly.
It's a tricky.
without-
It's a tricky
if I
word.
cannot screw up a 3-letter word, 8. I'm just not even sure what the fuck this thing is.
8? Yeah,
Jesus.
no, you're not sure. You know it's some kind of beholder-like creature, at least.
I'm guessing I still think it's a beholder.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, so... Do you know anything about the demons? Like where they're coming from or what they want?
Well, I assume that they're coming from the Abyss. I mean, that's where demons are from.
Yo, does anyone speak Abyssal?
No.
That negatory? Shit.
Sorry.
So then it looks and says, wait, where are you coming from?
You know, here and there.
What does that mean?
You know, here and you know there, the Underdark, just somewhere around. Some prisons, we were from the upper ground, or the overworld, or whatever they call it. And, you know, we're just trying to get back there, man.
How do I know you're not demons?
Bro, do I even look like a demon?
Demons can sometimes change their shapes. I've seen it.
Like I said, do I even look like a demon?
You might. I haven't seen all the different kinds of demons.
I guess I'm a demon in the sheets.
You are. So then
Oh.
its eye stalks start glowing,
Okay, someone else take this shit.
and it's about time to start rolling for initiative. However,
Oh fuck! Come on now, shit.
it is a fairly good stopping point, and so we are calling it a night for Out of the Abyss, right as the horrible beholder creature is about to attack after being convinced that you might, or might not, be demons. So,
Dude, am I covered in sheets right now?
thank you very much for coming, everybody. I really appreciate it. We will continue next week at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Central Time, or 11:30 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. I really do appreciate everyone coming. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye bye. I promise I won't have the problems next week.
Yes, and hopefully also we will get Pace in next week, so that we will have.
He's been having some trouble.
Yeah, I mean, family things come up. It happens.
Yeah.
So, once again, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching, any of you who did. And if you're watching this on YouTube in the far future, hello from the past.
Hi, 25, 25, 25.
There you go. You got it. All right.
Yeah.
So, thanks for stopping by.